But if a man does that same thing to a woman, y'all will be like, I can't believe he did that. But it's
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strand and here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
Alright y'all, so I just broke up with my ex of 5 years and I literally have no complaints about her. Like, she was perfect, right? I used to didn't have a car. Now I have a car. But when I didn't have a car, she used to let me ride around in her car all day while she was at work. And I still didn't have a job. And and it doesn't get any better than that. She used to pay for all the meals. She paid for the bills, all that, until I got my stuff together. But it was just something about her. It was just something about her I just couldn't comprehend. Like, I can't really explain it to y'all, but she was so perfect. But you know how somebody can be good to you, but they're just not that good person to you? You know, like, they're that perfect person, but it's just, to me, it's more than just being a perfect person. Like, but they just wasn't that perfect person for me, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, and I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to try to make it make sense. But she was so perfect in every aspect. She looked good, made good money. Like, I made $30,000 that year, but she made $120,000, and she still humbled herself down to come mess with me. She buys me meals. Even to this day, like, I go home, she'll text me, ask me how my day's going, and then like she'll DoorDash me some food while I'm just at the crib not doing anything. And it's just like, I really can't. I had to make room for who I truly love. Like, even though she was all good and dandy and perfect, I have to make room for my wife. Like, someone who I truly love, even though she might not be as good as this person over here. Me and her goals just didn't align. So I'm just going to let her go and I'm going to let the bird fly. You know, I'm going to let that go, even though she was good to me. I just have to let her go. Like, she'll be good to somebody else. I had to really let her fly away. Like, honestly, she was a blessing to my life, though. So perfect. Good girl. Let me drive her car for real every day. But she literally took care of me. She literally upped my standards. She upped my standards. So now, y'all know my standards were already high. She literally upped my standards. So now, y'all know what's going on. On to the next. I'm about to find my wife, y'all. For real.
Conversation here. This is your ego wanting to sabotage the best situation you could ever have in your entire life, because you feel like she's taking the role of the man rather than you feeling like you can still be the man while existing beneath her. You got to remember, when you get into relationships, this has nothing to do with one person being dominant over the other. It has everything to do with partners in the relationship unconditionally caring for each other. There are no rules to relationships. That's why that's why divorce rates are so high. People are following rules that were never made for them. I feel so horrible because I think this is going to be actually happening more and more in the future. A lot of guys who have amazing girlfriends are going to be breaking up with them not because the woman, there's anything wrong with the woman. I mean, you heard this guy say it. There was nothing wrong with her. And the only way I can justify that happening to a man who, like, apparently there's no issues, but like, I have to break up with you, it's an ego thing. And there was no conversation around, hey, how can I still feel like a man even though I make less than you? How can I still feel like the man that I desire to be, even if I'm in the submissive role, the role that is being the dependent role? But because that conversation never gets had, and we have more and more men every single day saying, I'm not going to open up to my woman, I'm not going to speak to a girl about nothing but sex, blah, blah, blah. Like, it confuses me what you guys even speak to women about. Like, do you just act like you care until you realize that, like, you aren't the person you say you are? And then you leave so they don't find out that you aren't the person you say you are faster than you can expose it? Now remember, this isn't nothing against the dude who made the video. I'm just saying, like, gender roles aren't real, and you guys, especially in today's day and society where the average individual human being can't even support themselves, gender roles are going to kill you. trying to uphold them, trying to adhere to them, trying to be like, oh, you know what? Well, it's like, I just don't like her because I am basically the woman and she wears the pants in this relationship. It's an ego thing, bro. And no other relationship will work for you because this was somebody who unconditionally gave to you, bro, before you had shit. Meaning that she saw something in you that you couldn't even see in yourself. And now you're sacrificing that for somebody who's already going to have you. Like somebody who's going to get you at the end of the finish line, and then you're going to complain that no girl wants the real you. They just want what you have. Isn't it crazy how that shit works out? Like, I reject all the women who loved me before I was the man I thought I was. But then I chase all the girls who only care about the material man that I am and not the real human man that I am. And then I continue to not be emotionally present or available, or to feel insecure and not know how to communicate it, not speak to a therapist, not have a healthy community of men that can give me some reason. Because think about this, we're doing all of this bullshit in dating culture. We're not even doing this in like the real like relationship shit. And maybe that's one of the issues that's stopping us from having people getting married in marriage culture. It's people not even being able to make it through a dating process. And I'm not talking about struggle love here. But the second somebody exposes that they're a human being, it's like we automatically think that they're not the person for us and it's time to go to the next one. And you could attribute that to social media or whatever you want to, and this is where we as men need to truly, truly understand what accountability means. Like, it's more than just go to a therapist. Like, this is where we as men need to understand, hey, you know what? I don't know where I finished the last part of this video because this is a stitch and it's so shitty with editing. But to conclude this whole entire video, I just want to say the male loneliness epidemic that we're about to see, and it's not going to just be loneliness. It's going to be emotional dysregulation. It's going to be suicide. It's going to be crazy mental health issues. But I mean, we should have expected that. This is the consequence of living in the patriarchy. All these systems are meant to self-destruct and only serve the 1%. How beautiful is that? But the male loneliness epidemic is going to be from men who don't want to address the soul that they've never cared for that sits behind their ego. And in a world where people, like the average person, does not have access to having their needs met, basic needs met, people, the only thing that they'll have to compete in this social game, this world that we play in, is going to be their ego. And you don't want to know what people would do when compromised in a position to choose between their soul and their ego, especially in this world that we live in. But again, I don't know too much about that creator other than the fact that these conversations are so important in the men's community because at least exposing them gives us an opportunity to address them. At least it does. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right in this situation. If you are able to keep yourself safe and the other person in the relationship safe, that's dope. That's what we should be prioritizing, not how it looks or how it feels or what. Forgive me, I'm saying everything now. If everybody's taken care of, there are no issues here. But I just want you to know that you might have more control in these situations than you think you do. And it might come on the other side of doing something that you would have never expected yourself as a man to have to do.
I realized something after I divorced my ex. Bums know that they're bums. And the fact that you not only choose them, but you coddle and cater to them makes them lose respect for you. It does. They know they're losers. What are you doing with them? Why would you choose them? They know exactly who they are. So it doesn't matter how good you are. As a matter of fact, the better you are to a bum, the more they know you're a joke. The more they disrespect you, the more they'll dismiss and disregard you. Like, they know who they are. They will pretend they don't, but they do.
Well, in a nutshell, what happened was that more than likely, no matter what she would have did, you wouldn't have never wanted her like that. And a lot of women, we overdo it. We over be with a man. Anything this man needs, we were right there. The thing about that is that a lot of times we take away your masculinity when we're just your go-to. We do everything for you. And it takes away that part of a man that wants to take care and that wants to be with you in that light, because he sees you probably as a provider, and he sees you as, but he doesn't see you as a love interest. Most men, they won't admit it, but they want a woman that they can take care of, that's going to let them take the lead. When you a boss, most of the time you don't find love.
Somebody had tagged me in this, a woman actually, and my response was, be careful. Because what he did was take your guys' logic and flip it on you. Because if you thought that, first of all, that story is true, it's not. He made that up. He took that story from some other girl, and that was the story that she had spun. So she did pretty much that, what he described. You women kind of supported her. She had said that this man was perfect. He taught me how to love. He raised the bar for other men. Like I have no complaints about this man. Like the treatment that he gave me, like all she did was just gas this guy up and just say the greatest things about him. But what she had said was, but still, like, I got to make room for my husband. And what a lot of guys are having an issue with is like, what the fuck was wrong with him? Like, if he's so perfect and so amazing, like, even though they broke up and stuff like that, or they're not talking or whatever, he'll still send her flowers and shit. What's wrong with that man? So a lot of guys are having a problem with it. So in that woman's comment section, women were supporting and being understanding. In his comment section, women aren't supporting or being understanding, and they're calling him a piece of shit and saying things like, that woman dodged a bullet. It's a good thing that you left her. She deserves better. So it's like, that's the hypocrisy and the unfairness that a lot of women have. I'm telling you, if you guys are going to set things up like this, if you're going to have that viewpoint to where it doesn't fucking matter if it happens to a man, but do that to us and then there's an issue. No, that's not fairness. That's not based in equality. That is the mind state of an individual that doesn't give a fuck about the other gender. Because doing that to someone is wrong. So women had showed their hand. They're like, that's wrong. That's really fucked up to do that. But when she did it, it's okay. No, it's not. And it doesn't make sense. What are some of you asking for? Like, perfect isn't good enough anymore. Like, perfect isn't perfect. The way that she described this man, he sounded flawless. What was the issue? So he had made that video reciting her story, and a bunch of you women fell for it. So like I said, when that woman had tagged me, I was like, oh, be careful. He's about to pull a trick on you. And it worked, because a lot of you are unfair. Don't matter what a woman does. It's team women till the fucking wheels fall off, even if a woman is doing something terrible. But if a man does that same thing to a woman, y'all will be like, I can't believe he did that. But it's okay when she does that. That's the unfairness he's trying to point out. But again, I would ask, when did perfect not become good enough?
This man is so obsessed with me. He's made like 3 videos about me in the past, 48 hours. I think at this point, he just wants my attention. So here you go, boo. Here's some attention. I know you're begging for it. Like, you want me to talk to you so bad. Here, what conversation do you want to have? It's so funny that these males get on the internet every single day, and when women complain about men, they say, you chose a pookie, choose better. That's what they always say, right? But when we do date with standards and we choose better and we date with discernment, they have something to say about that too. It just goes to prove that these type of males, they don't say things because they have some kind of conviction or they have some kind of like right or wrong about what they're talking about. They just don't like women, because no matter what you do, they will have something negative to say about you. If you become a single mother, or if you date a pookie, you date a bum, choose better. But when you choose better and you're like, okay, I really gotta, go hard to like really find my husband, they have something to say about that too. Whether you're right or wrong, these weirdo males will always have something to say. Like, it's kind of weird. At this point, he's obsessed with me. Like, he follows my personal page and he stitches and like talks about everything that I do. Like, go get a life. I couldn't imagine being this obsessed with somebody that I will never meet in real life. Like, I honestly, I think I need to make sure my security cameras are set up in my apartment.
I wish I could scream this from the rooftops. Just because they are a good person does not mean they are good for you. I preach this in my coaching sessions because the amount of people who come to me and tell me they're with somebody because they are a good guy or a good woman and there is no other reason is insane to me. Being a good person does not equal compatibility, and it does not equal being in love. And yes, even though people tell me all the time that they don't agree, being in love is a feeling. Love is absolutely a feeling. You can show action to show someone you love them, but it is still a deep-rooted soul connection feeling. You have to have that, and you have to have compatibility. So if you don't have compatibility and that deep-rooted feeling, it's not going to to last simply because they are a good person. There are good people walking around everywhere. You're not just going to marry everybody. So it is perfectly okay to acknowledge that somebody is not for you, because being a good person does not equal being in love with that person.
This make you understand why the girlies are out there dating for money.
Okay, I know he probably paying, but them the one Shearer 7 was talking about. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Fuck seeing a nigga potential, bitch. Come already potential.
So lovelies, apparently there is a video that was going on TikTok that was trending about this particular lady that actually stitched a video of a guy that was talking about how he was in a relationship with a woman of 5 years, and later dismissed her because he felt that she's so too good for her. So what really happened is that the previous lady actually made a video of herself, trying to tell people how she was in a relationship with a guy, and this guy was so all nice on her. The guy was just everything that she actually wanted, in times of being nice to her. The guy sent her flowers and all of that. It was actually a video on podcast. I've been trying to check out for that video, and a lot of guys were under her comment section. I was telling her of, oh my god, you are this, calling her all sort of name because she actually broke up a relationship with a guy that she talked all highly of. But in her own point of view, she was at the fact that she did not see anything, like a future with this said guy. Like, definitely the guy was all nice and sending her flowers and all that, but she wasn't seeing or picturing a future with this guy, which I think I understand her own perspectives. There are so many nice guys out there whom might not be in your own future. There is something they call decentering men from your life, which is a situation whereby a woman actually think about herself first. Like, she think about what she actually want in life, what she want to do, without trying to like maybe do something to impress anyone, or trying to like maybe change her own career pattern, or because of someone. So probably this person that she's dating might be all goody and all of that, but this person do not have the the career competency, or like them to do things in common. Like, they don't have things in common. Like, this is like, it takes a woman that is so courageous to actually detect this fact. You can see a person that is all nice to you, then when you look into the future, this guy is all nice to you, then you decided, okay, because he's very nice to you, I will want to move in with him. Maybe let's assume that he is in another country or something. You want to move in with him, you want to leave everything that you have worked for, then to move in with him. You don't even know tomorrow, you don't picture him in your career line or whatever you want to do for yourself. This is why you just need to watch all of this. It's not all about, okay, he's so nice to me, now we don't know the future, he's not nice to me, but he's doing something different that you want from your life. He's not in the line of what you actually want from your life. That probably maybe brought up something, and he is not aligned to what she actually wants out of her life, and she wouldn't want to give up maybe her career or something, or because maybe he's so nice to me and let me just give up this, let me sacrifice it. A lot of women do not want to go through all these sacrifices, because there are so many of women, after going through all these sacrifices for a man that is so nice to them and all of that, they end up being disappointed. I'm just gonna talk about this thing that actually happens to someone I know. After she must have been into her career peak, and she met this guy who was so nice to her, very nice to her, then She gave up everything, her career, her everything. She decided to become a stay-at-home mom to raise their kids, the kids that they have together. But one day, this guy actually woke up. This Mr. Nice Man actually woke up after must have gained everything, all his career success and all of that, and decided that this woman is no more in his own lane, and for a divorce. He just talked about how he felt out from love, like out of love from her, out of love with her. So in this situation, I believe that she has checked it, she have weighed her advantage and disadvantages and see that this is not actually going to benefit her in the long run. And this is a lot of things that most women don't have the balls to do, because they felt that people are going to judge them. Okay, this guy is so nice. Oh my God, this life, you don't need to do something out of pity. You have to do something that is favorable to you. So because of all of these, guys were just coming all on her, trying to bash her. Okay, now you see someone that treats you so nice, you don't want this person. Later on, you talk about how guys are so mean and all of that. Now, this guy put up a story of, oh my God, he's only trying to get back to the first person that talked about this kind of story. So these guys actually want women to, put up with anything without even thinking about their own preference, like what they actually want out of their life. They want women to actually to just do whatever they want. If a man want a lady, he does not actually just go for a lady that he just fall in love with. Yeah, this man will just, they want to know what you do for your living. They want to weigh it down, calculate if it's something that they can actually do before, put it in a go. But when a woman does it, then you are not supposed to complain because this person treats you nice. You are not supposed to talk about what benefits you or not because this person treats you nice. It's not all about being treated nice. It's all about the long run. What happens at the long run? After when you've been treated nice, what happens at long run? Is this person in line with your goals in life? Is this person going the same route you are going in life? There are a lot of people with different life dreams and ambitions. If the person or your partner is not aligned with that ambitions, it's better for you to just back off, even if he or she is treating you well, because love is not enough in a relationship. It's not enough in a relationship. Because with time, this love will fade away. When the love fades away, then what will actually build the relationship? Is the goal, is the zeal, is the ambitions of both of you. Because definitely the love will go, all those flashy things you saw in this person that makes you attracted to this person will actually fade off. But what actually keeps the relationship is what goals you guys have to build together. If you guys are in a particular goal, if you guys are in line in some kind of goals, like seriously. And he felt that it was so okay for him to come mimic her, try to maybe twist it. And I know a lot of ladies fell for it. But if you listen carefully, you see that he's trying to satire a woman which she responded. Seriously, guys. So it's so okay when when a man chooses a kind of woman he wants in his life, but it's not okay when a woman chooses the kind of man she wants in her life. Because as a woman, so far a man treats you well, you just have to accept him, even if he's not in line with your lively goal or your future ambitions and all of that. Come on. We're still saying the same thing. And a young man was like, okay, what if it would? No, you don't even understand. There are so many women that have lost themselves because they give in to a man that actually treated them well, better, without also checking out for the options. I wouldn't despite the fact that there are men, women should go for men that treat them well, or women have so many complicated problems. If a man treats them well, problem. If a man does not treat them well, problem. I will also, encourage a man not to treat a woman well. But the only thing is that in terms of maybe settling down, getting married and all of that, There are so many things you need to put into consideration, not only someone that treats you well. I will also make emphasis on a woman that was, she's been dating this guy for a while, wanting to do that. This guy was so good to her, and this particular guy was like, okay, you have to give birth. I need a child from you without even getting married to her. Because of the pressure and the love this woman had, she never wanted the baby. She wanted to be child free, but because of the love and she don't want to lose this man, because the man is treating her well, then she gave birth to this child, and this man in question decided not to actually take care of this woman and the child. You see, so there are so many things you have to put in consideration before settling for someone. It is only a woman that loses. We are always in the receiving end. So you wouldn't blame her when she said that it's not as it is for a woman, that's how it is for a man. Anyways, lovelies, just leave me your own in the comment section of what you think of this video. And don't forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload.